Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create FAQ component like this. That's, it closes when you press the second component in the section. So, and it's very seamless and very smooth, unlike conventional FAQ component that, people create out there. So this, what makes it unique is that when you click on the first one and it's opened, you click on the second one, it's automatically it closes automatically. You don't necessarily have to click on the same component to close it. You can click the third one and it closes the second one, the fourth one and the third one closes, and the fifth one, the fourth one closes. So that's how it goes. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be walking you through how to achieve something like this. So as you can see, this is going to be, it's implemented in Framer. This is one of the thing component I implemented on a website that I recently designed on Framer for a client. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you're going to be doing is that this is the what we've had initially. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be deleting this. So, and I'm going to I'm going to grab my text and I will click question. I'm going to add stack with Shift A, right? So, and I'm going to make it start. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of padding of let's say 20. You can see. So we're still going to be, I'm still going to adjust it, but let's just keep going that way. So let me change the text to Montserrat to no, let me change it to Montserrat. So, and the size, let me put it 18, and I like using line heights as percentage. So let's leave it that way, and let's create component, right? So let's create component. So FAQ component. So let me change the theme to light theme so that we can see everything clearly, right? So I'm going to make some editing here, and I'm going to just make this fill. All right, so I'm going to add radius of 10. Is it enough? Let's just keep it that way for now. So the fix, let's maybe reduce the width to 700, right? So, and you can still expand it according to our preferences, but let me just keep it that way. So let's go to layers, and let me say, let me add a stack. I've had a stack. I now call it question, right? So I'll make sure that when I click on that stack, it starts the distribution start from the start, right? So then what else? So another thing I want to do is that I'm going to create a frame. So I'm going to make sure that the frame, just put it, I will exit and just put it on, paste it here. So let me make it 32 by 32, right? So let me say distribute. Now let's change the distribution to where's the distribution? I can't find it. Okay, distribute to space in between, right? So it means that this has be distributed to the end. So let me just add color to make it visible. So another thing that I'm going to do, what we want to do is that we want to use it for our icon. So I'm going to icon, I'm going to name it icon. So then I'm going to go to insert. So insert here. So I'm going to go to icons, and I'm going to drop an icon there, okay, inside the frame. So you can see. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the color of that frame to white back. So I did it initially for you to see what I'm doing actually. So let me just like change the emoji to plus, right? So and we have it there. So I think the padding is a little bit off. Let me reduce it to 16, right? Okay, we have it there. So and then let me change this to 16 and the weight to medium. Okay, I think we have it there, right? So then let me duplicate this tag and paste it here. So I'll change the direction um to vertical, right? So I will rename it to answer, right? So and I will say I will rename this thing to answer too. So let me just reduce the size and let me remove the icon because we don't need the icon for the answer, right? So let me just remove it there. So let me make this fill, right? So then let me change the weight to regular. That's what we want for the answer. So let me change the regular and let me change the font size to 14. It's okay. So then what we're going to do is that this, just like what I said in the last tutorial, if you were there. So I don't normally name my variants as variant 1, variant 2. I name it as V1 or V2 or V3. That variant 1, variant 2 is a little bit long for me. So let me just like, add it that way. So then let me say answer, right? So we have it there. So another thing we want to do is that we want to add another variant. So I will name it V2. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make this our primary and I'm going to make this our secondary. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to answer rather, and I'm going to make the height 1. Okay, when I make it 1, another thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to reduce the opacity to none. You can see then the space in between. So when I click the space in between, I'm going to reduce the gap too, so there won't be any gap in between anymore. So then what I'm going to do is that for this, I'm going to rotate the icon that we have here. So just to make it X, okay? So and then I'm going to turn it back to how we have it before here. So that's it. So we have our questions, right? And we have our answer. So we can name the variance. Let's just say in this regard, let's name it question, right? And let's name this answer. Okay, so it will be easier for us to navigate when we are creating the component, the ultimate component that when you click the second component, it automatically opens the first FAQ component. So it's just like it will be easier for us to navigate it then. So then we've had our question and we've had our answer, right? So another thing we want to do is that I feel like we should, what else? Nothing else. So we have our, let me just say fits, right? So let's have it there and let me change the components to answer, right? So now let's duplicate it. So I'm going to press Ctrl C and I'm going to just paste it. We need up to like 5, so, for standard of FAQ questions. So it's 5, right? So let me just make it 5 and let me select everything and just add stack, Shift A. So let me just say FAQ questions, right? So let me just make it that way. So then we've had our this let me just add components. Let me make sure that the highlight is outside, right? This, let me make it outside. So this, let me give it the, okay, I think it's okay. So 16 is okay. So then we'll now make this again, we'll make it a component too. So we have to create a component. So FAQ question, now let's create it as a component now. And let's make the width fit, right? So what we're going to do right now is that we are going to have a series. We have, we have six five component, five questions, right? So we are now going to create V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, and V6. So this is going to serve as our primary. Okay, so let me just rename it V1. Just like what I told you, I love using that. It's V1. I don't mind the stress, but I will do it that way. So no, that's not what I want. So V3, V3, V4. No, that's not what I want again. So V4, V4, V5, and V6. V6. There we go. So we've had, we've had the variant up to version 6 version, right? So now let's do this. So we've had, we've had it up to 6 version, right? So another thing that we're going to be doing is that we are going to be, make this. I'm going to make it the second, which is the question. This is going to be a question 2, and this is going to be a question, and this is going to be a question. Is that right? Oh, this is first. Okay, second. Oh, this is going to be the question, right? So this is going to be a question, and this is going to be answer. Oh, how do I name it again? So let's make it that I've made some mistake, right? This is supposed to be answer. All right. So, and this is supposed to be question, right? So that's the mistake I made earlier. So let me just go back, and this is question, this is answer, right? This is answer, right? This is answer, right? This fourth one, we've done it. Fourth one is going to be answer, right? And we have the 51. So we're going to have answer there. So you can see we've had the question here, the V2, which is going to be like, the top is going to be the question, the answer, V3, answer, 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 answer. So what we're going to do is that we're going to link this, right? We're going to link every of these to where they belong, which is their particular versions. The question we're going to be linking it to, let me add it to here, right? So click is going to be there. So this, we're going to be adding it to so this is going to be V2, V3, right? So we're going to set it to V3. This is going to be new V4. This is going to be V5. This is going to be V6. We've actually linked it to its respective components, versions, right? So we've done that. So another thing we want to do is that all this open state, which is the answer, we're going to be linking it to V1. All right. So let's do that. So this links to V1, right? This links to V1. Okay. This links to V1, right? This links to V1 too, and this links to V1. Okay. So that's that. So another thing we want to do is that for each of the versions, we want to link it back to its respective. So this is going to be linking to V1, no doubt. This is going to be linking to V3. Okay. This is going to be linking to V4, V5, V6. Okay. Same thing here. This is going to be linking to V2, right? This is going to be linking to this is going to be linking to this is going to link V6, V5, V1. No, it can be. It's going to be linking to V2. So V2, and this is going to be linking to V1, right? No, V2, V1. Okay. Why is it? Okay, we have to change this to questions, right? So this is going to be linked to V2, V1, V3. Okay, V3, V4. No, I'm mixing it up. So let me just start from here. V6, V5, V4. This is for V1, and this for V2, right? So okay, V2, V1, V4, V5, V6. So let's do it that way too. So this one, we're going to be linking it to V2, V3, V1, V5, V6. Yeah, that's done. This is going to be linked to V2, V3, V4, V1, V6, right? This is going to be linking to V2, V3, V4, V5, and V1. V2, V3, V4, V5, no, okay, V5 and V1. So that's it. I think we are done. So let's play it. You can see. Oops, something is not right there. So we have this. You know, when we click on this, this opens, and when we click on it, it's so when we click, 2 actually opens, which is not meant to be. So what we're going to do is that we have another problem. When you click on this, you can see it's like, you know, for the first question, second question, we are good, but for the third and fourth, I think we have a problem there. So let's fix it. So for the 3, this is going to be linked to V2, this is going to be V1, V4, V5, and V6, right? So this is where the problem lies. So you can see there's a 2 open states there, so which means we're going to be closing 1. So we have to close this. So the question. So I think we are good. Let's check it out. So V1, V2, V3, you can see V4, V5. You can see it's closes, just like how you. So there's one additional thing that we want to add. We want to make sure that it's very seamless. So the transition, we're going to make it ease. So, and we're going to make it like, you know, maybe 5 or 6. So it's okay for us. Like now, let's play it. You can see how it opens. See, very smooth, right? So let's the inner components. So let's make same thing. The transition, make it ease, and let's make it 0.5 to works. Let's make the same for this. Let's change the for this two. Let's change it to 0.5, 0.5, and let's play it. Let's see. You can see how it opens. Very smooth, very smooth, very smooth. So I think it can still be better. Easing out. Let's make it ease easing, and let's change this to ease into, right? So let's play it. You can see very, very smooth. You can see when we click on this, click this, I think we should take it back to easing out. So I think it's better that way. So easing out, and this, let's make it easing, uh let's make it ease in out too. Now let's play it again. You see, very smooth. When you click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, you can see it closes the previous open state when you open the new one. So that's basically, the best new way to create a FAQ component and make it very, very simple. Unlike other conventional FAQ component that you've watched the tutorial, you've seen, so you can see like this is not so conventional. It's, we have to click on this to open and click on it back to close. But unlike that, we have to, when we open this and we click this, it closes the previous open state for this two, for this two, and for this two. That doesn't mean that when we click on it, it's still not going to close. It's still going to close, but for better experience for the users, this is just like, it's way better. So, and we've come to the end of this tutorial, and thanks for watching to the end. Don't forget to leave a subscription, a like, and a comment for me to keep going, doing this work. And if you've not seen my previous videos on how to create an animated card without having any knowledge on Rive or any complicated animation software, so you can check it out. It's going to be around this video. Thank you.